Okay, Thursday, the 14th. Missed you guys yesterday. I didn't really have time to do a quick little blog. I had to do a quick walk and then I had some things to do. So, I took the day off. But I do see today that, I think Jamie posted it, another cop speaks out, you know. Again, not even close to gold, what he's saying. You got his political biases mixed in there, his own life experience, another soldier, veteran. But take it for what it's worth. If it's a psyop, what good can come out of it? Because if you don't think that there are guys out there that did sign up to do the right thing, they're just misguided and they only need a little push or a little leadership or a little incentive to step in and do the right thing too, then, you know, you're one of those people who thinks all cops are Masons. They're all, you know, yeah, they ultimately all do follow orders in the end, out of fear, out of ego. But they don't all think alike, and they don't all get along. And if little sparks around departments and agencies can get people to realize, again, their oath, they're all not going to just throw their badge and gun down and say, we quit, and we all walk away. And, you know, that's fairy tale bullshit. You actually have to deal with what we have here. And, you know, just trashing the entirety as oral followers and it's a psyop and it just means you've given up, you know. It means you don't want to take a current situation and try to make something better out of it. And it means all you do is trash people, you know. Whether or not this is a psyop, you can discuss it, throw your opinions out there, whatever. But if you don't realize this is about getting information to people, it's the only way out of this. And, you know, I'll tell you, those nurses on TikTok are a psyop, you know what I mean? But look how stupid it made them all look, you know? You can get positive things from their stupid psyops if enough people understand what the hell's actually going on. And the core of it, again, the illegitimacy of authority over man aside, the Constitution that these guys swore an oath to, and the protection of liberties from tyrants, foreign and domestic, is still part of their oath. They may not know that they are protecting and serving the elite, and that the elite are manipulating their minds to get them to do it under the guise of law and order. But inside each one of them lies human qualities. Family, fathers, brothers, sisters, uncles, nieces, nephews. They're all relatives of someone and have relatives. All in the gun sights of this thing. So, take the positive attributes out of it. Show people. You want to explain things? Why, look, this may be what do we got here? You know, this may be some kind of psychological operation to get cops to stand down. Or, you know, whatever you want to explain. But still, you should be showing and discussing things with people. Instead of blowing everything off, going, oh, I've picked it as controlled opposition. Dismissed. Type. Oh, negative. Oh, you're dumb. You didn't do your research. Look how great I am. You know what I mean? The whole mindset of the social media aspect of this freedom movement. And of course, not everyone, but overwhelmingly so. Max Igan played a couple of clips this morning that made me want to puke up my breakfast, which would be these pictures of these teachers. I think it was in Poland, with X marks sprayed in the fucking recess yard, telling little 4-year-olds, now you sit here in this box, you sit here, and limiting interaction between children. I'll tell you what, if you fucking put your kids back into this, if this is what they're doing, and people just arbitrarily turn their kids over to this, you're a fucking idiot, you know? There ain't nobody that really wants to get back around their friends than my son. But he ain't putting up with this, you know, at his age, 14, you know? What kind of parents would stick their 4-year-old in a situation like that where they're isolated? Oh, well, that keeps them safe, and then they won't get sick, you know? Meanwhile, kids are more fucking military, but meanwhile, look at that jet. It's a jet. I'll never get it on here, but that's what it is. Top Gun. You know, never mind the mud pies your kid's out eating. Never mind the germs that the body needs to acquire to build the immune system, especially as it's forming and growing. Because you don't need to know that. You just pop a kid out and say, hey, I got a kid. Don't need to learn nothing. Don't need to learn nothing. La la lee 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 loo. State's got it. State's got it. Got to go to work. Got to go to work. Got to go to work. Got to go here. Got to go there. Come on, dinner time. Did you do your homework? Okay, get in there and do it here. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, I'm a parent, you know. We can't figure out why the fuck everyone's so fucked up. Just can't figure it out. Babies raising babies. You know, and I'll say that. There are no perfect parents. But those that are trying to raise independent, productive, moral, future for society have taken the time to actually raise their kids, teach them how to think, not what to think, to have self-confidence, to question things, to have their own mind, to not try to appease everyone for the illusory, you know, gratification of fitting in. Oh, look at me, I fit in with all of these fucking retards. Be yourself. Those that appreciate that will be pulled into your life, you know? So how many parents don't even understand that about themselves, let alone passing that on to their kids, you know? And that's why we can get nations of idiots. Teachers that'll go in and go, I'm back to work, good. Parents that'll go, okay, the kids are going back to school, good. But you got to sit on this fucking spray painted X, you little 3-year-old. And if you get up, you're going to discipline them. You're going to sit them in the doghouse. You're going to face their desk against the wall. You're not going to let them out. I'm a teacher, you know. But, government's doing it to us because they made a law and wrote a rule and passed down a policy into a school system. So that means you just have to do it. You just have to do it because got to get my food. I got to get back to work. I got to. Stand up for rights? No, whoa. They have our interest at heart, right? Our best interest. Yeah, how do I know that? Because I haven't studied any kind of history, so I can pretend that they have my best interest at heart. Any history I've learned was in this Rockefeller book right here. You know, this shit coming in is no joke. These people are evil, murdering scumbags who use their order-following mindsets to bring in tyranny. I don't know, again, could be a psyop, could be, I'm not there, but Max played another video, I think it was in Chile, he said, of all these soldiers coming out on the street and drawing down their automatic weapons onto a bunch of people. I don't know if they were protesting, walking, not wearing masks, I don't know what the fuck it was. But did you ever see the movie Police Academy? When I think it's Hightower's the character, and he's walking down the street and all fucking hell's breaking loose, and he's just walking down the fucking street. Get the mindset, man, because fuck that. You know, all these soldiers come running out and pointing their guns. Oh, no, fuck that. Walk at them. You know? Get some balls. What, they gonna shoot you? Not wearing a fucking mask? If they do, they show who they are. And then more people might say, what? What just happened? You know, like we've been doing all over the fucking globe. In countries with dictators, because the dictators were doing it, and we had to go in and take down the dictators. So in order to take down the dictators, we had to go in and lock all the villages down, keep everyone in their homes, go door to door. Gee, that sounds pretty familiar, doesn't it? That's pretty familiar, but, oh, you were doing it for democracy. Woo! Put the whole fucking picture together. Realize what's going on here. Time is ticking. And these people ain't stopping. The social distancing shit ain't stopping. Hell, I don't even know if the masks will stop at this point. They're laughing at us. Contact tracing. You know, of course, the mandatory vaccines, but they're not the immediate problems. It's going to be your little 20-year-olds and I would say loony lefties mostly, but yeah, I gotta speak the truth. These are the people that are going to go around and mimic the times of World War II and go door to door, ratting on people, telling on people. I think Max was saying too this morning, he's here in 5 years. You know what I mean? Well, of course, they're trying to brainwash a generation into complete slavery, complete tattletalism, complete dependency on Big Daddy. Look at me, look at me, look at me. I told on them, I'm going to keep... they're trying to get that into these kids. It's these young kids they want. And although a lot of the right is more freedom-oriented, they're just as fucked up with their law and order and their delusion that puppet man is just playing a game of chess. He's got the cabal right where he wants them. He's got the Fed right where he wants them. He's got Fauci right where he wants them. Meanwhile, the guy wants negative rates. He's been calling for it forever, which, by the way, if you don't understand that means your money in the account, you pay the bank. Instead of you earning interest for keeping your money in the bank, you pay the bank to keep it there. And every day, they take a little bit of money out. And this guy wants lower rates. He's been screaming for, negative rates for a long time. The Fed, of course, is playing the good cop. No, Donald Trump, we don't want to do that. But, of course, it's fucking coming. It's what they're going to do. Oh, it's all such a joke, man. The collaboration of major corporations and government while all the rest are just purposely and arbitrarily wiped out. The seizing of goods, products, and services to be distributed by government through the Defense Production Act, while the Fed buys everything for government, so they own it all. The purposeful breakdown of the food supply chain, which again, we haven't felt yet, and too many people are like, they won't do that. That's not how they work. Let me explain something to you. This isn't how they work either. How many times have they thrown 10 billion things at once at people instead of incrementally bringing stuff in? It's time to realize that there is a purpose to all of this, and it ain't fucking going away. The forging of the numbers, the disappearance of pneumonia. Just gone, huh? Oh, they're certainly not labeling it all COVID. No, they wouldn't do that. Because, people are dying in the streets. See them all? Look at them all. See, they got to put all the bodies out here in the woods, you know what I mean? Fucking so stupid. People can't even open their eyes to see what's really going on around them. They put that tube on. I don't know how people watch it. My season finale was last night, so I won't be watching a television show with a commercial in it again until September for my 1 hour a week, if it comes back. I don't see how they're going to bring the game back. The whole game's full of human interaction, hugging, emotion, tears, handshakes, high five, human stuff. The way we interact with each other, especially in a psychological, emotional, and physical game where you're being mentally drained every second by someone else who's trying to shit on you to get you out, Again, the structure of the show, there is nothing else like it. You want to understand the mindset of people that are all around you and the depth of manipulation people will go to, and they think, oh, well, it's just a game. Yeah, that doesn't go on in the workplace. That doesn't go on in politics. That doesn't go on in relationships. That doesn't go on within the family and friends. People don't manipulate others to get what they want. No, we're just a good fucking perfect little moral species, and we're just victims of all this. Oh, we're such victims. Bad guys are doing it, and because they're tricking everybody, we can just blame them instead of blaming our own stupidity and apathy and lack of common sense, shit that's right in front of you that you don't want to know, because knowing that comes with greater responsibility. So we're going to stay children. Again, I've got a bit of a sarcastic vitriolic tone in my voice today because, you know, that's how it works day to day. Some days you see more on the positive, some days you see more on the negative. Both need to be discussed. Emotions need to be expelled. People need to not be afraid to be angry, pissed off, depressed. You know, this everything's going to be okay all the time attitude and the whole world's waking up is great. As far as giving yourself some peace of mind or some drive, but you have to step into the world you're actually in, as I say. Not the world you want it to be yet. We need to make it that. Let's go up this way, man. So, I'm not saying don't keep a positive attitude. It's keep a positive attitude as best you can. But I'm saying don't get lost in the delusion that everyone's going to have the courage to wake up. Even if they do feel that strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Because it's going to take people willing to step up first and others to emulate that. To again, I go back to one of the greatest psychological videos you can watch about the human herd mentality. And I'll post it with this again since I brought it up. Not enough fucking people watch it because they don't get it. It's called Leadership from a Dancing Guy. If you don't understand the point of that video, you don't seem to gather how then this can be done globally. How they can get people to actually, let's take this little pad, to actually believe not only all this nonsense, but then to behave the way that this nonsense directs them with absolutely no knowledge whatsoever to differentiate truth from falsehood. You know, leadership from a dancing guy. It's a positive aspect when people get up and dance and they're not afraid to look silly after someone is doing that. Well, you know, again, apply it to this situation. You look silly when you say things like this to people who don't get it. Most people that have been awakening have sounded like the loony ball to people that, you know, are stuck in mainstream everything for years. So they know what that feels like. But now, heads may start to turn because this is so in our face. So you need to be the guy in the underwear out there dancing. You need to be saying what you know to be true so that other people realize that is the right thing to do and they can get over their fear of doing it, you know, by picking up some of the knowledge that you're discussing and some of the courage that you're displaying and you know, emulate that and begin to incorporate that into their lives, into the people they know, you know. I mean, look, even this little channel, you know, and I say little, I mean, it's the past couple of months, it's, you know, my tiny subscription rate has like almost tripled, so it's still little, but I much appreciate that. And let's say 10 people out of the, what is it, 120 something on here? Let's say 10 people are actually understanding and paying attention and speaking things to others that watch this. Well, you know, who are they speaking that to? Who are those other people then speaking that to? It is a momentum we're trying to get going here. And it's simply about speaking the truth, not being afraid to be the weird dancing guy in his underwear that doesn't give a shit what anyone thinks. He's having fun at the Lollapalooza concert. And then someone else eventually going, you know what, fuck that, that looks awesome. I don't give a fuck what these people think. And someone else does it. And then 3 more do it. And then 10 more do it. It's the same thing here. People just need to hear certain things. Because most people really, truly don't understand that they're choosing this. They believe what they're being told. They don't even think to question any of it. They haven't spent a day's retrospection of anything, let alone their own selves in their life. And you can get them to wear a mask. You can get them to stay inside. You can get them to point fingers at other people. You can get them to take vaccines, put on tattoos, go out and contact trace, condemn others. You can get them to do all these things. But this is so dumb and so fragile because it's so false that planting those seeds as this moves in might trigger some kind of blooming of truth before it's too late. Because believe me, there will be a time when it's too late, you know. And everybody with the end times coming, you know, judgment, destruction of the world, and NWO lockdown, and all the things people just want to tell themselves so that they feel like, you know, well, I did everything I could, and, you know, they all did it. Well, having that kind of defeatist attitude isn't doing everything you can. Because if there's one thing those stupid Back to the Future movies taught, it's that the future is not set. The whole purpose of those movies is about choices and consequences for those choices. And what happens when your perception changes, like the first one, when Marty goes back into the 50s and his perception of his parents change and he sees why they are the way they are. And then his own behavior influences them to change their own perceptions of themselves. So when he gets back to 1985, they're completely different. And the very end of the movie, when Marty doesn't race the Rolls Royce, it's a choice he made based on a different perception, which changed the outcome. The future's not set. We have the power to do this. They can't do this without our acquiescence to it, acceptance of it, and willingness to go along with it. They can't do it. I don't care how many armies they got. I don't care how many weapons they got. I don't care about their stupid interdimensional dark, witchcraft. I don't care about their technology. I don't care about any of it. 7 billion fucking people here, man. So we're told. They can't do it unless we do it. And they know it. So, how long are we going to go, sheep be sheeping, being judged, it's over, the NWO's coming in, Jesus is coming, it's end times, I mean, how, is that what you came here to do, to go, fuck, it's over, right at the moment where, you know, censorship is very visible, tyranny is becoming more visible, more and more people as this comes out of the shadows, people don't want to live in tyranny, you know, they may want a little mommy and daddy to lean on so they don't have to grow up. But most of them they're not living in tyranny. They don't want to live in tyranny. So, you know, it's a mind program based on false perceptions. So aligning your perception with the truth negates the entire weapon of the occult. You know? The occult's weapon is not their numbers. It's not their all-powerful magical information that can't be countered. It's not their soldiers. It is their ability to control people's perception, thus controlling the behavior. It's the only way you can control millions of people. You can't do it physically. You can't. Unless you're an invading fucking alien fucking force. Of course, they'll probably pull that one out of their ass too. Project Bluebeam. Who knows? Who cares? It's all dumb. It's about rights, what rights are, and the respect for one another, for one another's rights. Nobody should be able to get in between you and that. So once that foundation is developed, they're fucked. The mind control won't work. You have a greater weapon than they can ever have. It's the ability to step out of the box they've put you in. They can't step out of that box. They don't even have the mind power to creatively figure it out. So they got all these social engineers and think tanks doing it, studying human behavior and trying to figure out what way would best suit them to get people to behave. It's not a done deal. It's not a unwinnable game. It's very difficult right now because of our circumstances when it comes to people not knowing the truth. But if people knew it and stepped into it, it's over. It's done. Kaput. Over. Not a damn thing could be on that TV could get people to change their minds. Not a damn thing could happen that wouldn't get people to step in and say, no, I'm not doing that. If they understood their rights, if they understood who they are, the powerful human being that they are, sent here to, you know, you've chosen to come here, you've been sent here, if you've evolved up to here, I don't give a shit what you believe. You're here now for a reason, man. And if you can't look around you and see that this is the reason, that it isn't about trying to pretend we're going to go back to the monopoly board when it doesn't happen 6 months down the road and they're in the middle of a Plandemic too and people are losing their fucking minds because people are getting sick, that you go, oh, well, there's nothing I can do. Yeah, well, there was, you know, it's an information war. That is the weapon. It is the weapon that keeps people in mind control, and it's the weapon that can free people from mind control. This is the only window we're going to get. So utilize it, learn more. You're not awakened. No one's fully awakened. You don't know everything. It's impossible to right now, the limited scope of things that are being kept from us. We can assume and conclude, but we don't know everything. So once you realize you are awakening, no matter how many years you've been on this road, that there is no end. Awakened, I'm awake, and what I know, and I'm going to defend it out there in the world. It's the same damn thing as dividing and as being divided in rules. You know, it's about getting people to understand that they need to come to this truth themselves. It's not about shoving your shit down their throat, unless you're shoving the definition of rights down people's throats, because these are the things that people don't have the right to violate. People's inherent rights to, first of all, be left the fuck alone. All right, anyway, I'm at my mark, 27 minutes, I'm running over, so I'm going to walk around, the birds are chirping, and really enjoy this walk, and hope that we can continue to just spread knowledge. You know, whether you're angry one day, or you're feeling okay one day, or you're whatever it is, don't give up. Keep learning, keep speaking. Love you guys.